Tempers can flare and emotions can erupt at any time in the NASCAR world. And that's exactly what happened at Bristol Motor Speedway during the Food City Dirt Race, where Kyle Larson and Ryan Preece were involved in a fiery accident. How did Kyle Larson respond to this turn of events? And what did Ryan Preece have to say about it? Join us on today's video, One NASCAR Zone, as we go deeper into what's going on in NASCAR and what the consequences will be for Preece. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Kyle Larson was confused. Ryan Preece said he didn't mean to wreck Larson. Larson and Preece collided multiple times during Sunday's Cup race at Bristol Motor Speedway, with the second incident causing Larson's car to sustain enough damage that it could not continue. So, what had happened? During the first stage of the race on Sunday, it appeared as though Kyle Larson might have the opportunity to win the Bristol Dirt Race. Larson led the first 75 laps of the race and looked like he would be a factor all night after starting from the pole.
Kyle didn't waste no time getting to the top there.
And Larson trying to move up.
And it's possible that he would have been, had it not been for the fact that he got on Ryan Preece's bad side. When Larson and Preece were competing for a 5th place early in Stage 2, Larson ran Preece up the racetrack from Turn 4 and onto the front stretch, which caused Preece to make a hard right-side impact with the outside wall. During the subsequent warning period, Preece voiced his displeasure with Larson, and the modified star from New England was even less pleased when Larson spun out later in the race as a result of breaking a right rear toe link. Do you know when it is that's driving me crazy? Excuses, Preece yelled over the radio that his crew was using. I believe that this is the end of the game from this point on. In reaction to this, a member of the team stated, "There has got to be a repercussion for things, or else people are going to continue to do it, right?" The penalty for Larson occurred with 76 laps left in the race. Larson attempted to wedge his car between Preece and the wall up on the cushion when Preece was running the outside line, which resulted in the two drivers colliding with one another once more. It then seemed that Preece made a right turn in front of Larson's car as he was entering Turn 1, sending Larson's car into the outside wall and putting an end to Larson's night. After the race, Larson gave an interview to Fox Sports in which he swiftly guessed the reasons why Preece had done what he did.
Didn't seem that he was to my outside yet, but and I don't know if he got into the wall, but he had a pretty short temper, obviously. He tried to crash me, I think, after that.
I think Ryan Preece was paying me back for something I did earlier. He drove me right into the fence, which broke my car, and we both went down. It stinks, but I should be mad at myself for losing control and putting myself back there sooner. Just sucks. Yeah, it seemed like the tires worked better when they were hotter. In the end, I just didn't get to run for very long. Preece, on the other hand, gave himself a rock-solid alibi by claiming that the touch that took place between him and Larson was entirely coincidental while he was speaking to the reporters.
No, I think we were just racing hard. And like I said, trying to make the outside work.
Preece responded with, "I don't race dirt. I don't know. I gave it a shot by running the top. I was aware that he was gaining ground up top, and I attempted to join him there. But we had too much space between us. In the end, I still believe that a large number of individuals are going to maintain their stance, but it was in no way my desire for that to happen. I was merely attempting to acquire as much as I could." Before heading into Bristol, Preece's frustrations were at an all-time high. He had a number of nice races early in the season, but they were all wrecked by accidents that were not of his own design. Unfortunately for Preece, this pattern remained even after he was involved in the accident that occurred on the final lap, and he ended up finishing 24th. After the race here is what Preece stated, "I think if we could have held our track position, we would have been in the top 10. But when it got slippery like that, I don't know how many people were actually moving forward, but we're just trying to hold on. Once you lose track position after Stage 1, you guys saw it. Guys stayed out and kept it. What will you do when that happens? It wouldn't have mattered if Chad Johnston had a magic wand, or if I had a special set of tires that were offset. There's nothing you can do. there's no place to hold on. That's the third week in a row that we've done top 10. I've always said that winning sports starts with running, and we've shown that we're fast, so that's something. You're fast, but it's annoying when you're not getting the results you want from where you're running, and it's not because of something you can control. But when midnight comes, the clock starts over. We're moving forward, and we're going to Martinsville with every gun loaded, so we'll be fine. I think getting run into the fence just makes you mad. It didn't mean anything. From inside that race car, you just thought, I'm not going to lift. When it comes to being run into the fence, if guys see you lifting when you're in the right back corner, they'll keep running you into the fence every time you lift. I think that when I said game over, I meant that I wasn't going to keep pulling him up and telling him, hey, I'll give you this room. That's what it comes down to. I just wanted to get to the top. You guys saw it. Kyle Larson was running the top and making up ground. I try to move up, but if you're not in the right spot, it's very slippery. I guess you can figure out that I'm not racing on dirt. But the question remains, what are the possible consequences? What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Now let's move on to how the winner of Sunday's race came. Christopher Bell beat Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, and a few other NASCAR Cup Series drivers with dirt racing experience to win the Food City Dirt Race at Bristol Motor Speedway. This was his first win of the 2023 season and the fifth win of his Cup career. After staying out under the final stage break, Bell took the lead to start Stage 3, and he maintained it over the final 100 laps owing in part to running all the way up on the cushion to hold off Reddick, Briscoe, and others. The race was over when a crash on the backstretch caused a flat on the last lap. This stopped Reddick from making a last-ditch effort to win the race. Bell is the only driver with a significant amount of experience in dirt racing to win one of the 3 Bristol dirt races that have been held thus far. In a race that had been won by drivers who had spent their entire careers racing on asphalt in its first 2 runnings, Bell led the way for the group of NASCAR Cup Series icons who had spent their whole careers racing on dirt. Bell was able to maintain his position at the top of the standings despite the fact that there was minimal room for error thanks to the fact that all of the other top 5 finishers had significant experience in either dirt late models or sprinter cars. According to what Bell shared with Fox Sports, those were some of the longest laps I've ever completed in my entire life.
Proud of our 20 group though. We fought hard, and whenever it was at the end of the race, the last pit stop, or we thought it was going to be the last pit stop, we were right there.
This spot is so much fun, whether it's dirt or concrete. And whenever the cushion got up there on the top, it was quite difficult because you couldn't drive it as hard as you normally would. If you didn't, you'd end up getting sucked in. If you got your right front into it, you'd be able to push a little amount. But if you got your right rear into it, you'd slide. It was a great experience overall. Other Dirt Kings, including Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Chase Briscoe, rounded out the top 5 drivers behind Bell and Reddick, who finished in first and second place, respectively. Dillon and Briscoe both had their best finishes of the season, while Stenhouse got his second top 5 at Bristol Dirt and his first top 5 since winning the Daytona 500 in February. Due to the fact that cornering on dirt amounts to what is essentially a controlled slide, quite a few drivers ended up going over the edge of being able to keep control of their vehicles on Sunday night. There were 14 instances in which the caution flag was flown, and there were many more situations that did not prompt a caution. Some spins were much more spectacular than others, and some drivers had a particularly exciting night. Michael McDowell's spins were maybe the most exciting of the race. On one occasion, he completed a complete 360 in front of traffic before driving off, and then on another occasion, he quickly did the same thing many laps later before eventually ending in 11th place. So that is for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell us in the comments what you think about the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.